The event is starting, it says.
Does it?
It does. Still starting, apparently. And it has stopped starting, which means it must be going. Alrighty.
It stopped starting. That's
Through process elimination, one must assume. Alright, so here we are. It's good to go. And, hi everybody. Hey, we're going to be playing, I've totally forgotten the name. On Tour. All I could think of, I was thinking Roll Up for some reason. But that's not the title. We're going to be playing On Tour today. If you haven't yet, go check the show notes on this video. There is a link that you can follow that will take you to a map that looks like a low ink version of the maps that Jen and I will be playing on, and you can play along and beat the crap out of me, because you're not here to compete with me, but let's see if you can actually beat Jen. Putting a lot of pressure on her. But this is a very, very fun roll and write game. Jen and I, we played it, I don't know, a half dozen times or so. I have yet to get a win. It's always been close, except for once, when I made a terrible, terrible mistake. And you'll probably see me make that mistake again today. But Jen has totally proven to be the rock god, game after game after game. So, anyway, like I said, if you download that map and print it out, or just use it in like some kind of bitmap editor, you know, like Microsoft Paint if you're in Windows, or I'm sure Macintoshes have some similar thing, you could just literally play along on your computer and tally up your score at the end of the game. Also, the designer, Chad, is here in the chat today, so if you have any questions for him about the game, ask. And he started a thread on Board Game Geek where everybody can compare scores, so we'll see how well that goes. I imagine eventually, after all this is done, and I turn this into a regular run-through that people can watch, I'll put a link to that thread as well, if I remember to do it. I make no promises, because I might forget. But in the meanwhile, I think I'm done vamping. No one has said, hey, I can't hear Rahdo, what's going on? So I assume that means the sound is okay. We'll wait.
Tom says if it is not stopped, then it must go.
There you go.
So I guess they can hear us.
No matter where you go, there you are. Right.
Hello to everyone.
So I am going to start recording with the actual regular cameras in addition to all this live streaming stuff. Alright, so that should be good to go as well, again, for a later run through. And, yeah, has anybody said, oh my gosh, I can't hear anything?
Nope.
Or as soon as we hear somebody say, yep, sound is fine, because that's always the big mystery, is the sound going to be okay? But while we're waiting for that, let me go on ahead and jump over and get the game on screen. Boop, 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 boop. Ta-da, isn't that pretty?
It is very pretty.
Yeah.
We've just got new cards.
Yes.
Even more pretty.
Actually, I would say they're less pretty than the old cards, but they're much more readable, which I suppose is more important.
We must have function over form.
Let's see. Sound is great, sound good, sound is fine. Excellent. Okay. Wow. So much equipment. Yes. So very much equipment. We're recording the audio with my normal camera, and I don't know if you can see it, I don't remember if it's on screen, but basically my new little ear hook mic that I've had to start using because my regular lapel mics, all of them have died, all 5 of them now, one after another after another. So we just have the one, and we're keeping it here kind of equidistant between us for the actual run through. Actually kind of pointing at Jen because she's quiet compared to me. So we're recording with that, we're recording with the actual regular camera. Is that all still lined up? That seems fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, right, folks, let me teach you how to play the game, because after we're done with that and everybody's ready to go, I'm just going to do a, hey everybody, today Rahdo runs through blah, and blah, 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 and we'll just be doing a regular run through. So there really won't be time to go back and forth interaction with the internet, although Jen, I'm sure, will constantly be distracted and go off to, what is it?
Oh, I was just thinking, I don't see that Leva's on. So
Leva is not on. She couldn't make it today.
Oh my gosh.
Why?
I'm not sure I can go on without
That's it? You'll be in your trailer?
Oh,
She was clearly stated in your rider?
Yes.
All right.
I also want blue M&Ms. Anyway, do you want to make Steve maybe, or Chad?
Oh, hey, that's a good idea. I'm sure
moderator?
Chad's going to stay here the whole time. Let's find Chad. Chad,
He's way
I
over.
bestow upon you the mantle of moderator. So from now on, people can see your name a little bit easier. I remember there's something about you, puts a star next to your name or something like that. But Chad, you have the ability to ban. If anybody shows up and is being a dick, Jen and I probably won't go. Yes, that's right, leave us at a wedding. Not the royal wedding. She was very clear to add.
Oh, man.
But yeah, she can't make it. So,
well, I can excuse her for love.
Yes, there you go. I don't think it was her wedding.
No. Weddings are awesome.
Since she's very happily married.
Yes.
But anyway, Chad, if some bad eggs show up, I believe you can click on them, or you can click on anybody and ban them, or you can put them in timeouts and stuff like that.
Oh,
so keep an eye out, and everybody be nice to Chad because he wields the ban hammer now.
Ooh, no, you've got a wrench.
The ban wrench, yes. It's a lovely looking wrench, Chad. It looks great on you, I have to say.
It's kind of a lovely periwinkle.
All right, so I've already forgotten. Have I already switched over to the view of the game? Where is the thing? Or actually, let's go on ahead and look at the... Yeah, okay, cool. So that is fine.
It doesn't look like it's in focus.
That's because this is low res. I was talking about this earlier. The preview doesn't let me see what it really looks like. I just have to trust that everything looks fine. It'll look better when we get to the real deal. What I could do is I could open it up. Normally I don't take the time to do this, but what the heck. Let's give everybody an opportunity to show up. Let's see what it really looks like to rig. And where are you going?
I'm going to get a cushion because this chair is kind of hard.
I know. I don't like that chair at all. Yeah, it is. It's better. You can read the dice, although it's hard to read the states' names. But everybody should have their own map, so that shouldn't be a problem. All right, we can go. That's all fine. And, right, so that's still the thing I care about. Is the stream is good. Oh, it dropped for a second. Yeah, folks, in case anything goes wrong with the stream, I'm sorry. Ever since we moved to England with this temporary interim thing that we've got going on, I've got this insanely super fast high-speed internet that all the metrics say should be just like incredibly crisp, high-res, no problems at all, but I just keep getting drops. I keep getting little messages that the primary stream is viewers receive buffering, and there's nothing I could do. I can't tell you how many hours trying to fix it, but oh well, hopefully it's going along smoothly for everybody. Okay, and
a spanner, yeah.
Yes, a spanner.
Okay,
and so I think otherwise we're ready to go. So, also, after the run-through is over, if anybody wants to stick around, you can ask questions of me and Jen. We normally stick around for a half an hour to an hour to 3 hours to 5 hours, depending on how many questions people have.
No, we haven't had to stick around.
No, I think the longest we've ever gone is like 70 minutes, and then we finally got ahead of the questioning crowd. But anyway, okay, so Jen's keeping an eye on the chat for now while I teach you guys how to play. It's super duper simple. Basically, what's going to happen is every round there are going to be 3 cards on display. And hopefully you guys can see these fairly clearly. Now there's 2 bits of information on these cards. One, a specific U.S. state that you might want to travel to with your band because you're on tour trying to put on the best road show the world has ever seen. So here we've got Nevada, Montana, and Kansas. Now, so these cards tell us the states, but they also tell us a region that state is in. Montana here is in the north region. Kansas here is in the central region. Nevada here is in the south region. Now later on, we might find a Nevada card that says it's in the western region as well. All right, no, I don't think so. No, that doesn't happen. I think there's 41 cards in here. There's 50 states, but we're not counting Alaska, Hawaii, plus some of the eastern states have been kind of crushed down into New England and MC, which stands for, I want to say Master of Ceremonies, but that's not it.
Marie Calendars.
Marie Calendars. Oh, I don't remember. Chad will say what it says. But anyway, so there's 41 cards in here. They all say a state. They all say a region. What's going to happen next is we roll the dice, and everybody takes these dice in both ways you can look at it, a 46 and a 64. Everybody's going to write 46 in a state and 64 in a state, but you're restricted. You must write one of those 2 numbers in either the central, the north, or the southern region. And so say you write in the central region the 46, then with the 64, you have to write it in one of the other regions. What, Honey Pie?
Horace wants you to move your board down about an inch.
He does?
Mid-coastal.
Why is that?
Says Chad.
It was on screen. So you just moved it down?
No, I didn't. It's stuck to the table.
Okay. All right. Okay, I'm confused. All right.
Just scoot it down just so.
Mid-coastal, yes. But it's already on screen. I spent a long time trying to make sure everything was in the right position. I don't understand. Everything should be fine.
Okay.
Yeah, see? I mean, it's a little crooked. It's gotten crooked somehow. That's better.
It's crooked.
All right.
Okay.
Anyway, where was I? Right, so if you did the 46 somewhere in this central region, then you then have to write 64 in either the northern or the southern region. You pick one of the other cards. Now, you write the 46 to 64 in whichever state you want, but if you write in the specific state on the card, in this case, if you write specifically in Kansas instead of Texas, let's say, then when you write the 46 here, or the 64, you will also circle it, because that means Kansas is worth 2 points at the end of the game instead of 1 if your tour actually makes it there, which we'll find out at the end of the game. So basically, we put 3 cards out, we roll the dice, everybody writes a 46 and a 64 into locations. Ideally, you want to put them in the actual states in question, but you don't have to, and you won't always. Now, we do this over and over and over again. The next round, 3 new cards come out, we roll the dice again, we put 2 more numbers. We do this over and over and over again until every state on the board has been filled up. And then that's when we tally up our final score. And our final score is equal to how long you can make a tour. You can pick any state you want. Like let's say at the end of the game I'd had a 3 here and a 13 here and a 42 over there and a 71 over there. This is a terrible tour, but I could say my tour is only going to be 4 states. And let's say I had circled this because when I'd done Oklahoma, it was actually on the card. My final score would be, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. That would be the worst score ever, as you might imagine. But each regular state that you have been able to put in an ascending sequence of numbers on your tour path is worth a point. But if they were circled because you chose the specific one on the card, they're worth 2 points instead of 1. Now, it would have been evil if it came up. I could have done 3, 13, 13, 71. Although really what I want to do is 3, 13, 13, 14, 20, 22, 27, 40, and so it gets longer and longer, and you don't actually lock in the path you're trying to follow until the end of the game, because you might be waiting desperately for the dice to give you a number between 20 and 27 that's in either the eastern or the southern district, so you could write, say, the 23 here, so you could connect these 2 lines. But it may never happen, and then you might have to come up with some other plan. Your original path might not work out. Now, there's one other wrinkle. If we ever roll doubles, or if all 3 cards come out and they're in the same region, then we are not going to write numbers like normal. Instead, we can write a star. And a star is a wild. It can be, so like in this case, I was waiting desperately for the 23 that would never come, but but I was able to write a star. I can put the star in here, it counts as anything. My tour will continue. Hooray! Now, when you write a star, you're still limited to putting it in one of the 3 regions, so that's an important element as well. And I don't think there's anything else.
Yes, there is.
What is there?
You can never double back.
Oh, yes, of course. Yeah, I mean, like later on, and I had a 40, what would be an example of that?
You have to turn around there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of getting myself stuck up here in a corner, but hopefully I'd get like a 42 and then a 50, and I could work my way out of this corner I've got myself stuck in. But you can never, but I wouldn't, say if I had a 60 over here, I couldn't go to the 40, the 42, and then cut through the wild card to get to the 60, because you can only go to any state once.
City.
Or, yes. Yeah. So that's an important thing, too, as you're tallying up your final score.
And the last thing is that
yes, honey?
Circled states are worth an extra point.
Yeah, they're worth double
when you
points.
score.
And that's true for stars as well. Because when you're writing a star, if you still write it in Montana, Kansas, or Nevada, if you put it in that specific state, it'll get circled and it's worth 2 points. Okay, so I have cleaned up my board. Jen has cleaned hers up. I'm assuming by now everybody has had a chance to print out their own copy of the board so they can play along at home. Also, FYI, I'll mention that in the run-through.
Okay.
The game does not come with Jen's glass meeples to keep track of whose board is who. That's just something I did specifically for this. But I'm the green player. Jen is the purple player. Okay. everything seems fine. We haven't had any dropouts that I know of. Got to put this back on the foreground so I can see. Primary streaming status is good. No one seems to have anything else to say. So,
we're perfect.
Yeah. I'm going to get a drink of water because that was a lot of talking.
Okay. I'll just stand here and stare at the board. Here, he's coming back.
All right.
It's good.
So that was that. Now, actually, like I said, it's going to be a regular Rahdo Runs Through. So once we get going, I'm just going to be treating this like a Rahdo Runs Through that I'm joined by Jen. We're just going to play the game. Like I said, we won't really be doing any kind of back and forth with you guys. Although, man, if I make any goofs, and I will make goofs, by all means, Chad, jump in, and hopefully we'll notice if you do an all caps screaming thing since we see a wrench by your name or something like that. There is one thing I'll say is so easy to do. Watch us. One of us will mess this up at some point. You go on ahead and you write your, you're 13 in Colorado, and you're just not thinking about it, and you circle it. And it's like, I'm not supposed to circle that because it said anywhere in the West, but it was supposed to be Arizona, but I put it in the West and I circled it. That's totes cheating. I have caught Jen doing it several times.
Maybe that's
I will admit, I've done it as well. So it's an easy, dumb little mistake to make. Just because you're so deep in thought about how you're trying to make everything fit together, you just forget, and you kind of get in the habit of, I should circle this, just because after I write the, don't forget the 4-state, I'll do the 4-state setup, Chad, while we're playing. Okay, although actually, so as Chad points out, before we get going, everybody has the same 4 numbers on the same 4 states. You'll watch me and Jen do it, and you can just copy along at home. Right. Which I guess I'll actually have to say because people might be playing this years from now, watching and playing along. You were about to say something, back?
No.
Okay, then let's just make sure everything looks good one last time. All right, yep, we're on screen. Our stuff is on screen. These go away. Oof.
And you're going to set this up as a run through as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, so this is, actually I didn't need to record all of that. Let's go ahead and stop and start again, just so.
Here's your green thing.
What's my green thing?
Your sign.
My sign. Oh, no, I have to edit all this together anyway, so that'll come later.
Right.
Let's see here. So, okay, anyway, it looks like the health has been good for at least 10 minutes, so that's good. Keep the chat window up so we can...
You cannot pass.
Can you pass? No! That's a tricky thing. As it gets tighter and tighter, you must always draw those 2 numbers someplace. And there'll be plenty of times where you're going to do it and you're like, I don't need this 81! Mm-hmm. So you'll just dump it over in New England someplace or in Florida, because I'm never getting down to Florida anyway, so you just dump a number down there, waiting for the number that you really want. Oh, also one thing, it's unlikely, but it can happen, it has happened, that it's not possible for you to put a number anywhere based on the restrictions of what the cards tell you, and if that happens, you're just supposed to write an X in whatever state you want, but that's unlikely to happen. Life finds a way, Alex. I don't know why everybody thinks I sound like Jeff Goldblum. Do I sound like Jeff Goldblum to you, honey?
He's got a tiny head.
Okay. Very good. All right, so that's it. We're ready to play. And here we go.
Okay.
It's out of the way a little bit. All right. Hey, everybody. Today, Rahdo Runs Through on Tour, which is a new roll and write game that's on Kickstarter right now, and I'm going to be doing a 2-player run-through today, so you can see what it's all about. Although, before I get going, I strongly recommend you turn your subtitles on to the Klingon channel, so that when I make rules goofs, you'll know what they are. Okay, have you done so? Then, welcome to the continental United States, everybody, and welcome to Jen. Hi, honey pie.
Welcome to Jen.
Yes.
All
welcome.
Right.
You're
welcoming.
Yes, I'm welcoming you to come and play the game.
You're welcoming them all to me.
Yes. No.
You're welcome to her.
We are on tour. This is where I will be plotting the states that I'm going to travel through with my rock and roll band. Here's Jen's. The game does not come with these cool little markers. We're just using it so you can keep track of Jen is the purple player, I am the green player. But you know what? It's not just us, folks. You can play along at home as well. If you go check out the show notes, you'll find there's a link to a low ink map that you can print out that looks pretty much like ours. And if you do that, I'll wait. Go ahead and go do that. When you come back, I'll walk you through how to play the thing while we're playing so you can play and see if you beat Jen's and my score. I promise you will beat mine, but whether you beat Jen's or not, well, only time will tell. So, how does it work? Well, everybody gets their map, everybody gets their dry white marker, and as part of setup, we have to mark 4 specific states with 4 specific numbers. So what we do is we roll the big gigantic D10s, and we've got 56. So somewhere on our maps, and you do this at home as well, we write a 56, and somewhere else we're going to write a 65. Right. Now the 56 is going to go in Montana. So write 56. In Montana, and circle it. That circling is important because whenever you put a number in a specific state that a card says, that's worth 2 points. So anyway, so circle 56. No, and now we have to find where 65 goes. Right. 65 goes in Kansas. So write the 65 and circle that. Everybody starts out the exact same way. Now we roll again, and we've got 37. So write 37 and circle it in Nevada. 37. And 73 is going to go in California.
That's not a very
That is terrible, for reasons that will become clear as we start to play. Now, we're all set up. Everybody should have the exact same 4 numbers in the exact same states, all circled. These 4 cards are removed from the game. And now it's just us and the rest of these cards that will help us plan our tour. So every round we draw 3 cards. We've got Colorado in the south, we've got Wisconsin in the central section, and we've got Oklahoma in the south. And then we roll again. Honey, you can roll because it's hard for me to reach. Okay, so 34. Everybody is now going to write 34 and 43 somewhere on their maps. But you're restricted. You have to write one of those 2 numbers somewhere in the south, and you have to write one of the other numbers somewhere in either the south or the central. Because what happens, let's say you wanted to write your 34 in Oklahoma. You can see, oh yeah, look, I can write in the center because that's highlighted. Here's Oklahoma. I want to write there. After you've written like that, the 43, the other number you have to write, is going to have to be done with one of these other cards. So, how do you choose what you want to do? Well, here's what's going on. You are trying to write numbers into every one of these states. We're doing the same so that at the end of the game, once they're all filled up, you can write a contiguous tour path starting from a low value number, working sequentially higher and higher and higher to a high value number. And the longer your path, the more points it's worth. Also, the more of these circled spaces you go through, the more points it's worth. So we have that 43. And say I wanted to put that 43 in Oklahoma right here. I would want to do that because, hey, since I'm using this for the South, since I did it in the actual state it says, I circle this, that means this is worth 2 points if it's part of my tour at the end of the game. But here's the thing. I could, as part of my tour, go from Oklahoma up here, and that'd be great. That's 4 points right there. But that's a huge jump I've made, and so if anywhere I start writing, other numbers in the 50s, I'll never be able to use them because I jumped straight from 43 to 65. So that's a terrible idea. As you start writing these numbers down, you're thinking long-term about how you're going to make one crazy, long, circuitous route through the map. Now, everybody does this simultaneously at the same time, and I think I've chosen for myself, I'm going to go on ahead, and this makes a little bit of sense, put 34 over here in Colorado. Because I'm thinking, hey, 34, and then somewhere between 35 and 37, or 34 to 37, I could get something here to connect Colorado to Utah to Nevada. And that could be the beginning of my tour. So we'll see how that goes. And because I've done that, I can't use this card for my 43. My 43 has to be based on one of those other ones. I don't like that.
Me neither. I've been staring at this going, this doesn't work.
Now that I'm starting to do this, I want my 43 to be somewhere over here so it can kind of swoop up like this. But I'm going to have to put my 43 somewhere over here. You must do it. You can't pass. You always have to write both numbers down based on the restrictions of what the cards say. So where am I going to put my 43? And Jen still hasn't even thought about her 34 yet.
Oh,
now, of course, she could copy me. Sooner or later, though, we're going to branch off and do different things. This might have been a terrible mistake because I'm not really thinking it through very hard. I'm going to go ahead and put my 43, I'm going to bury it in Florida, in the Panhandle. Because my assumption is I'm never going to come here. And, my 34, my 37, and I don't want to go from a 37 to a 73, so I'm probably going to want to kind of swoop up here from the 37 up to Oregon to Washington to up to the 56, and then come all the way down to get to, something like that is what I'm thinking. 43, 43, I wouldn't mind putting in Oregon or Washington.
But you can't because
But I can't because it has to be now in the central or the south. So since I can't put it up there, I'm just going to put it out of sight, out of mind, down there in the bottom right corner.
Yeah,
because I can't really think of a good way to integrate it in. And you'll notice since I used this south card, I used this card to go to Colorado, I used this one to go to Florida, and since I was supposed to do Oklahoma, I don't get to circle this. So that's it. That is the first round done. And those 3 cards go into a discard pile. They'll come back later when we have to reshuffle. And we get 3 new cards. We roll again. And what do we got now, Honey Pie?
We've got 67 and 76.
67 and 76. Now, that 67 and 76, they both kind of dovetail nicely with that 73. And they're not too far from that 65 as well. What to do? And again, we have to go into central, into northern, or southern. Now, one thing that might happen is if we ever do Snake Eyes, or all 3 regions are the same, if it had been north, north, and north, a special wild card event happens. But don't worry about that. It'll eventually happen, and I'll explain how that goes at the time. But wild cards just get you out of jail for free.
I'm just, right. I like to kind of show what I'm...
And the rules suggest you write down what your plans are as you're going, so it can help you visualize what your ultimate goal is. Let's see, 67 and 76.
So that's kind of what I'm thinking as far as how my tour is going to go. So I know what numbers I'm looking for.
67 and 76. All right, I'm going to go into, is that Indiana?
So I'm going to put 67 here.
All right, I'm going to...
Which means I've used up my south card.
Right, and you didn't go to Arizona. Yeah, your choice.
Now my 76.
I'm going to go crazy. Am I going to do that? 67. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put my 76 up here in Michigan.
Right. I'm kind of thinking of the same thing.
Because I've done that.
I'm thinking of putting my 67 in specifically in Indiana. 67, and it's the right place, so I circle it. And I've just now, because I've done this, I've decided, forget about California. Because I can't get, in just a few moves, from a 67 all the way across country to a 73. So now I'm thinking, hey, I'm going to probably start down here, work my way up, come back over this way, something like that. So that was my 67. I used what I did in Indiana. I did Central. Now I've got to put 76 somewhere in the north or the south. That's so dangerous because now I got to go 65, 66. You can go ascending. I could go 65, 65, 65, 67, something like that. That's too dangerous. I got to make 4 jumps. I'm not doing that. What was I thinking? That's insane.
Crazy.
I could go to the 76. That's pretty safe though.
She says it would be helpful if you'd read out specific state names.
The
so maybe say Indiana.
Oh, okay, yes.
Michigan.
All right, yeah. Sorry, folks, if you can't quite read it, we've got Central Indiana, North Michigan, and South Arizona. All right, so I am going to go for the 67. For the 67, I am just going to say to heck with it. I'm going to use that Central and go to right here. This will be an easy guaranteed jump, and I'm pretty comfortable with that. And I don't get to circle it. And now my 76 will go up in Michigan. Yeah, 76, and that's an actual correct thing. So already my path is absolutely insane because I got these guys going this way, and then I got to circle back around to get to these guys going that way. Oh, I'm scared, folks, but we'll see how it goes. And I assume by now everybody else has made their choice of how to write their 67 and their 76. So these cards go away.
Oh my gosh.
And 67 and 76 again.
Should I re-roll?
No. If we were playing by ourselves, we would. But hey, folks, I guess statistically it is possible. Now we got to write 67. Although that's not bad, because remember, it doesn't have to be in ascending. You could put a 67 right next to your other 67, and you're just extending a line. So it's actually a good thing, depending on where you want to write it. So we've got Central Louisiana, East Florida, and South Georgia. Two of your numbers must go in Central, East, or South, and ideally in Florida, Louisiana, or Georgia. All right. See, so this is crazy. I could put a 67 down here, and then I hope at some point, if I put a 67 here, I'll have 67, but I could get a wild card and slip it in there. I don't like my chances. I don't like my chances, folks. So I'm going to use my 67 right here. Wait. So that comes there, and it comes back around there. Oh. See, I know I'm probably going to start down here and work my way to this, and then come back around like that.
Okay, well, I'm using my 76 here.
So I'm using my 67 here. I'm going central, but I'm not using the stated path, so that's no good. And so I've used my central now for my east. My 76, I will use the east and go to Ohio.
And I'm going central.
Thereby making a connection.
And
that looks like a 26, but it is in fact a 76. All right, so there we go. And I mean, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to connect all this stuff somewhere down the road. All right, and so presumably by now everybody has made their choices, so we can move on to the next round. And Jen's going to give it a roll with a bit more vigor this time.
Okay.
All right, 49 and 94. And our choices are, if we'd had 3 east, we would have done a while, but we have east Pennsylvania, east South Carolina, and north Nebraska. 94
and 49.
And 49. Nebraska. Oh my gosh. See, if I put my 49 here, then I got to get from this 37 all the way around here to this 49, but then I'd want to double back up to this 56, and then I'd be stuck. That makes no sense. I'm not doing that. Why was I even talking about that? That was crazy talk. So you always want to go to the specific...
I'm going to put 94 in South Carolina.
All right.
And circle it.
In South Carolina, huh?
Yeah.
That actually kind of makes sense.
Well, of course it does.
Yeah, that's a good place to end. And in Raleigh.
Your
final show in Raleigh, South Carolina. That'd be kind of nice. I'm kind of tempted to do the same.
No, I'm going to put my...
Right, I'm going to do the same. 94.
49 in Wyoming.
And let's see. And now my 49... Nothing would be finer than to be a Carolina. All right. I'm going to go ahead and put my 49 in beautiful Washington State, which I'm using the north. So I've used my north and the south, and that's fine. And that was it.
Now somebody says circle 76.
Circle 76. Who?
That must have been last turn. I couldn't because I put it...
Oh.
Oh, you circled.
Oh, did I cheat?
Did I cheat? Yes.
Yep, yeah. That is the easiest mistake in the world to make.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you. I should always have the internet spot check me for goofs as we play.
We've always thought it would be nice if we just had a cameraman following us at all times.
There you go. Yeah, a real
okay, we got
Truman Show type situation.
And 85.
Okay, so North Oregon, Central Iowa, South Missouri. No doubles, no shame. All right, so 58 and 85. Gosh darn it. I was already taken. Oh man, that's terrible. That's terrible.
I'm going to go central with 58 in South Dakota.
58.
And
I was already gone. Dang it.
I am going to do 85 over here somewhere in the southish. Or I could do it in the northish.
Right. I'm gonna use my central for 58 and not circle. And my 85. No. All right, I'm going to use the south and do 85 right over here in Virginia.
I'm going to do 85 in Tennessee.
All right.
Tennessee.
Okay, so that's that. And we move on once more. And has the internet caught me cheating at any other time? North. North. If we get a third north, we did! Oh, folks, it is wild card time. So remember, we could roll the die, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, somebody says 76 circled was good.
76 circled was good!
Well, I don't know how it was because I didn't circle it.
Well, because we did it at different times. We did it at different times. I did it when it was an actual valid thing, and you didn't.
We both did it when it was valid there, and
I don't know. I am going to trust, who said it? Marco would not steer us wrong. Of course, folks, as always, like I said right up front, please watch with the Klingon subtitles turned on, because wherever we misstepped or not misstepped, Paulo will set it right. So, Marco says it's good, I say it's good. Doesn't matter, I'm going to lose anyway, folks. I'm going to crash and burn big time.
Or maybe I should have circled it.
Well, in 30 seconds, people will make that clear for us. But in the meantime, so here's the deal. It doesn't matter what we rolled. Since it's north, 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 we now have to write a single star. We're not going to do two numbers, a single star. You can put it anywhere you want in the north.
The north.
And it counts as a wild card. Now, if you put it in Ohio, New York, or...
Minnesota.
Yeah, Minnesota. I was looking at that as in. I'm like, New Mexico? What? No, it's in. Minnesota. It'll be worth 2 points. So, I think, and since my Ohio is already filled up, my New York, though...
You know what I could do? I could put it in North Dakota, and then I could have a little trip north.
Yes,
I thought I was going to go straight to South Dakota.
6, 7,
Ohio.
6, 7. I'm going to put mine in Minnesota.
New York.
And since I get to circle it, because it's the right place.
Minnesota.
And here's what I'm thinking.
It's a little bit iffy. Can't do it there. Don't care about over there.
I've got my plan.
I could put it over here, and that would make sure that my line is properly done. Because you never know. I might not get something between 49 and 56. And so I can't put it there because that's not in the south. I mean, it's not in the north. Oh, or I could put it there, but that seems pretty still open. That's 7. Well, that's 7 too.
All right. So have you made your choice, Honeypie?
No, I'm still thinking. I was talking it through.
Okay.
Did you not hear me?
Oh, Marco. Apparently Marco has been corrected. I cheated. Oh, Marco, it's okay. You've just done your own Rahdo goof. Welcome to the party, pal. Okay.
Oh, AP.
All right.
I'm just going to lock this in. Idaho, you are a star.
All right. And you don't get any bonus points for that. You just use the north. Okay, so that's it. More stars, please. They are lifesavers.
Uh-oh. Rahdo's 76 circled in Ohio was obviously not correct, as Ohio is up right now. Right. That's
well, yeah, there you go. That's proof positive right there.
Thank you, Ubermeister 30.
Ubermeister 30 would not steer you wrong. Okay, so you got wet. All right, and we've got 26 and 62. West Washington, Central South Dakota, East New England. 62 and 26. All right. I like that 26, but not in South Dakota.
Well, I'm going 62
or Washington or
in
New
Nebraska.
Oh my gosh, could I do that? That would be insane. No, let's
Using
not
the
go
Central.
crazy.
And the 26, I'm going to put in the west, over here.
I'll put 26 in Arkansas, which is my central, and my 62. Perfect. Oh no! Oh no! I want to use. Okay, this is perfect. Okay, I'm going to use that 62 for central right here, thereby locking that in. But now I got to go west or east for 26. But that's okay. I'll just go a little bit further east than I had originally planned. And I will put it here in Ole Miss, 26. All right.
Okay.
So, you're good, Honey Pie?
I am good.
All right. Your lines are so much straighter than mine. Mine are very wiggly.
Oh, we've got 40 or 4.
40 and 4. South Kentucky. East Mid-Coastal. Actually, no, so I've got a prototype here. Ours says Mid-Atlantic. It's actually Mid-Coastal. I think if you printed out the map yourself, it says Mid-Coastal. Because, of course, not all 50 states are here. Back in the East, it'd be crazy to put all the little tiny states in here. So there is no New England. You just kind of got all the New Englandish states, and you got your what do you call it? The Mid-Coastals over here. And no Hawaii and Alaska. Sorry, folks. All right, but anyway, so... 40 and 4. 40.
Okay, well, I'm going to use 40 in Utah.
Oh, man. Oh.
And that's my south. It's one of my souths.
Dang it. I need to put a 40 here. That would be perfect, but I don't have north. I don't have west available to me.
And 04.
40. Okay.
I have to decide now where my
40
line's
and
going to
4.
start.
Yeah, that 4 is basically going to be the beginning of a tour, effectively.
Yep.
Well, it doesn't have to be, but it's an ideal use for it.
And it could be either over in the east or the south for me. I could start in Texas, but that would be a mighty short first leg of the tour from Texas to New Mexico.
Let's see, mid-coastal.
I can't do it in mid-coastal because I can't cross over all these lines.
I can, and I'm going
Kentucky.
to. I'm going to put 4 in
Nope.
the mid-coastal.
See, this is the thing. I can't put it here
And
because
so
I
now
can't get
40.
past.
Well, I remember if you can't, just dump it somewhere.
I'm just explaining
Alright.
that I can't put it here because then it wouldn't do anything. I can't.
Oh, I see.
connect
Yeah,
it
yeah.
up.
You can, but it would be a waste. Yeah. So, okay, I gotta dump this 40 someplace and we'll never speak of it again. Let's see. Only we could put it in Oregon, that'd be so perfect. But
5, 6.
I will put it, just in case things blow up in my face, I'll put it in Arizona, which I don't get to circle. Because if this all falls apart, I could instead plan to come down here to New Mexico and then go up this way. So I have alternate plans just in case. So I'm good. Are you good, Honey Pie? Is the internet good?
Of course, the internet's good.
Yes.
I
it's
think I'm gonna start my tour in Ole Miss.
all right.
Okay.
All right. So that's it.
Yes.
Steve Ercolini just pointed out that it's a bus tour, a nationwide bus tour. So that's why they're not stopping in Hawaii.
Yeah.
They'd show up a
fair
little
enough.
damp. All right. North and north. Oh my gosh, we're getting another? Nope. West. And we roll, and we got 79 and 97.
Ooh.
79, 97 in North Dakota, North Illinois, West Idaho.
Now look at that. There is nowhere around my big 94 that I can put that.
All right.
Put it up in Ma.
All right. So I'm going to go on ahead and use one of those norths for the 79.
Not impressed. That
Boink.
was a sucky roll, honey.
You're welcome. Oh, wait. Oh, no. My 4 is cut off. Is it?
North.
Only if I go for that 94. Because I could stop, and my 4 could come around there.
Okay, I'm going to put my
79.
79 in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that has to be, that's the end. This is where I'm going to end.
You done?
I am ending in Virginia.
I think I'm going to...
That's my plan anyway.
Okay.
So anyway, now I got a 97, which I don't care about now, all of a sudden.
I think 97 will go over here in Washington.
Although, let's see. So I just did that in the north. So I've got west and I've got north again. You know what? Just in case, again, things go wrong, let's put 97 up here in New England. Just in case I have to rearrange and go off that way so I can get my start out to where I need to go. Okay, you ready? Spaghetti?
Actually, I'm just having a little think. I might want to put it down here. Oh, actually, that was Indiana. No, it wasn't. It's Illinois. I can't. I don't think I can get back over there. But I can.
Folks watching this years from now, of course, you can feel free to just hit the right arrow on your keyboard and jump forward a few seconds while Jen gives it some thought.
I'm sorry, but I've got to give it some thought.
Yep. Thought is what is called for under these circumstances.
1, 2. No, I can get back to. Okay, I'm done.
All right,
I've
so-
made a decision. Oh, Rahdo, you blocked off your 4.
Yes, I have. I have. I thought this little line went around there. Yeah, well, I've blocked off my 4. That's it. C'est la vie. I'm not going to make it, folks. We're not going to make it out of this tour alive. I'm telling you that right now. 86 and 68. Yeah, I thought this little dotted line here, I mean, it clearly doesn't, but I thought it did. Arg.
Okay, so.
All right. Say that. Let's see. Wait, if I put my 79 here, that would have made more sense. Okay, I'm gonna pull an audible because we had north. I'm gonna totally cheat. Everybody's cool. I'm gonna put my 79 up here and head up to New England.
68.
That's my plan. And forget about. Oh no, I'm cut off anyway. No, I can't. I'm cut off anyway. No matter what, I'll live with my terrible, embarrassing mistakes. All right. C'est la vie. 4 is cut off. But anyway, I'm sorry, everybody. 86 or 68, west New Mexico, east for North Carolina, or somewhere in the south, ideally in Alabama. All right.
Not happening.
So, all right, 86, North Carolina, right there. Nothing could be finer than to be in Carolina. All right, so that makes up for my horrible mistake before. Let's see here. And so that's my 86, now my 68. 68. Oh, why can't there be north? This is the perfect spot. It just connects it all.
Yes, this is very bad.
See, I can put that. No, I can't. All right, so 68. Now, the nice thing is, because I've cut this hole off, I've got 3 spots where I don't mind just dumping stuff. Although I can't dump because I have to dump somewhere in the west or somewhere in the south for that useless 68.
I need central.
68. Well, Chad's here, honey. You can complain to him.
All right, well, I'm going to work on 86.
All right, 68. Where are you going to go, 68? That's just won't get in my way somewhere down the road. All right, so it has to be. So it has to be in the south somewhere.
All right, Alabama. Hey, I'll put 86 in Alabama and circle it. Woohoo! So that one's done for me.
I am just going to go on ahead and just put. I'm going to use the south and put 68 in Texas. Totally useless.
68. That's just not going to work for me.
Put it in the west?
I guess.
No. I'm not going to put it in the west. I might still need that. But this Wyoming is useless. I'll put the 68.
Kentucky.
In.
So 68.
In Wyoming, I think I just did. All right, so you ready?
I've just decided to go east for that part of the tour. And then I can maybe swing back around. Let's see. Maybe this way, that way, that way. You see.
All right, ready?
Yeah.
And moving on.
Okay.
Roll and bones.
How long do we play? We play
until every state has been written in. Now, the interesting thing is on the very last turn, where you'll have to put either 1 or 2, your final 1 or 2 states down, we will not be restricted by the cards because you'll only have a couple of states left to use. Alrighty, so east, ideally Mississippi. Ooh. West, ideally Wyoming. Central, Arkansas for 20 and 2.
Look, I'm putting it in 02. Look
That's,
at that. Awesome.
I'm very happy for you.
Woohoo!
I'm already lost.
We've started in Arkansas.
So 20. Where do I want to put that? 20. 20 in Arkansas. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Could I do that? So I go to 20, then 26, and then come around here to get to the 34. All right, I'm going to do it. It's crazy. It's going to blow up in my face totally. 20. And so this has got to come around there.
Yeah, I need to put a 20 here.
And now a 2. Where am I going to put that 2?
So I'm afraid number 20 is going to have to go to Oregon.
I see. What did I just do? That was my Arkansas. So now I got to go in the west or the east with a 2. I'll put the 2 here, hoping to come around here to this. No, I'll put the 2 in Georgia the whole night through.
You know, the nice thing is, too, if you fill up, say, all of the west area and something comes up later and you can't put it in the west because you're full, that allows you to...
Well, yeah, if you ever get into a situation where it's impossible for you to put a number down, instead, you don't put numbers you don't want, you instead put an X if that ever happens. So anyway, so we're both done, I think.
Yep.
Here we go. Roll up, honey pie.
5 or 50.
Right. In the east, ideally Virginia. In the west, preferably Utah. And somewhere up north, preferably West Virginia, for a 5 and a 50. Oh, yes! All right. So I'm not going to Utah. Oh! No, I'm not going to Utah. I'm using this west to come up here in Idaho.
Neither of those are good for me.
Nice. And now 5 in the east somewhere.
All right. New York,
So that's... Now how am I going to do this?
Yes, I'm going to do 05 in New York and 50.
I'm going to do 05. I can't get to Virginia, so I'm just going to put 5 here. So this is the beginning. From Georgia. All right, so 5 and 50. Okay, everybody done? You done, Honey Pie?
Yes.
All right, so you'll notice we have now run out of cards. That's going to happen once every time you play. So we have South Tennessee, and I got to reshuffle really quick. All righty. Let's just do some pile shuffling because our prototype does not have nice shuffleable cards. Not particularly exciting for everybody to watch, since I think I'm doing it underneath the picture of me and Jen.
Woohoo! He is definitely shuffling.
I am shuffling it. I am not stacking the deck in any way, shape, or form. I promise. Scouts Honor. I can't believe we've only had 1 wild card this game. What is up with that? Did you already roll 41 and 14?
Must have, because there was 5 and 50 last time.
East Virginia, West Wyoming, and South Tennessee for 41 and 40 per. No, yes, perfect. 41 goes in beautiful Oregon.
Ooh.
So there's my west, and now 14. 14.
I got nowhere for 41 again.
Tennessee. Yeah. 14, and I'll. Oh no. Because that goes there. Oh, I cut myself off again because I'm just not thinking.
I'm putting 14 in Louisiana.
I'm just not thinking. But it's okay.
As part of my
It's not bad. It's 2 points. Yeah, let's do it. I'm going to go ahead and put 14 in Tennessee like I'm supposed to. And then that goes here. And then this goes here. And now I got to get that done. Oh, it's coming together, folks. I might have it shot.
I'm going to have to do 41 over here. Somewhere in the East Coast.
Yeah. Natalie is asking on the internet, can you make several routes? Yes, you can, but you're only going to score one route. So you're trying to design this to get the longest route possible. As long as they're ascending. Equal numbers or ascending numbers.
Yep. But you want to entertain as many as possible.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, you want to put on a good show for the folks. All right, so you ready? All right, here we go.
Why was I so happy to connect 2 to 4? Because it worked?
Yeah, because, all right, north, south, and north. All right, so north Illinois, south Kentucky, north Ohio for a 54 and a 45. Oh my gosh, I haven't gotten that. Oh crap. Oh dear. It all falls apart. But, I mean, we still got time.
Yep, don't worry.
And in the meantime, how am I doing this? So, oh, and I have here too. I got to fill that in. Oh no. Now here's where I want to go around here and come all the way around, but I might just go ahead and put 45 here, because 34 to 45 to 50, and then I'm safe. And I can still come around here to 34 to something to 40 to 45 to 50, and I just dump the Pacific Northwest, which I would never do in real life, but I think, I don't want to take a chance. Time's running out, so 45, wait, can I do it? Yes, I can do 45 in the south. I'm going to put 45 in Utah. Which means I can't then jump to 37. So my plans have changed dramatically. It's a lot of points lost.
So I'm going to do these both in the north, just to fill up space.
It'll work out in the end. All right. Oh, that's 45. 54 I've also got to deal with.
Yeah.
And let's see. I just did that in the south. Right. So now I got to do 54 somewhere in the north. Do I need a 54 anyplace? No, I don't. So let's just go on ahead and get it out of the way in New York, 54. All right, so that's it. Ready to go again. And time is running out. Where's that wild card? We need that wild card. North, east.
6 and 60.
Oh, honey pie, that's not the wild card we're looking for. So, north, Oregon, east, Florida, central, Louisiana. 60 and 6. This is what you bring me?
Yes.
This is not what I need. Oh my gosh.
No.
Oh! Yes, but okay. Not. Oh!
Central will go to Iowa, and we'll have a little.
So I can put 60 up here, and then it's just a shorter version of what I'm trying to do.
So that was my central, or it could have been my north.
If I put the 60 here, I can't get to the 76.
Alas, is dead to me.
6 and 60. Gosh darn it, that's a terrible roll, honey pie.
I'm so sorry.
You have failed us all.
So I've done a north. I could do a central, or I could do a east for a 6.
60. Oh, all right, I will go on ahead and put the 60 up here. Because who knows, maybe I'll need to do it. So that's the 60 was in the north, or it's central. Either way, I did it that way. And now 6. 6 is useless. So I'll just put that in the east. Do I have any use for 6? No, I don't. All right, I'm done.
I'm having one last little think. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and put 6 up here in Wisconsin.
Anne is asking, can you cross lines? You cannot. There's only one way in and one way out of every state.
Okay.
All right, but you don't have to lock them in. We're not locking these in. You can change things up whenever you want. It's only at the end of the game that you lock in what your actual path is going to be.
Right, the lines we're not locking in. The numbers are locked in.
We're just doing that as a visual reference so we can keep track of what we need to do, so we don't forget about any weak links, which I've totally done. South, Oklahoma. North for West Virginia, and west, ideally, Utah. 76.
And 60.
I am liking that number, honey. No! Yes! All right. North, 76, Wisconsin. Rock on, Wisconsin.
All right.
And now 67. That's a lot of 67s we've had in this game. Right, so what did I just do? I just did that with my north, so now I gotta go south or west with a 67. Oh, yes! I will go south? South? No! Illinois. Dang it, I need 2 norths.
Okay, so
Dang it!
I'm going to go use Indiana for my 76.
I gotta do that though, I can't take it, I can't risk that happening.
Which goes like that.
So
Connects
76, 67. 67 can go into...
So that was my south. And my
So I'm
north.
gonna go there.
Yeah.
Okay, alright, let's do it. I'm
Yeah,
gonna put
do it.
67 in Kentucky.
70.
Because I could come here and then
No, that
come
was
back
my
onto my
north.
path if I get lucky.
So
I don't like my
that was
chances.
76 to go north.
Alright, so I used that with south and I did that with north. I'm done. Are you ready, honey pie?
No.
Yeah. It's weird. The turns take longer the fewer options you have. As your tour date gets closer and closer, you just feel squeezed and trapped
I'm gonna change
by the
that.
choices you've made before.
76 goes to.
Alright, so I can,
Oh, no, then
I
I-
still
then
need
I-
to get
nope,
something
that-
here if I can.
Hold on. So I need a north and a
But I got that
south.
if I need it.
So I could do a north 67 here,
Alright.
which goes that way, and then that way. And then my 76, this would be great, but I don't have another north. I need another north. Oh,
1, 2, 3. I need 3. Oh man, I'm really scared about
yeah, 76.
1, 2, 3, 4. That'd be 5
can't
points
reach
lost if I
down.
can't connect this. Oh my goodness. That's why we just need wild cards, or we just need the right numbers at the right time with the right combinations,
West
etc., etc.
Virginia. Right, I have to leave this open to
Preston,
be able to get
yes.
back out.
You can always do equal numbers. So like I've got a 76 and a 76. I got a string of 76s here. That's fine. Your final path has to be the same number or escalating.
Let's see.
How many we got? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more states. It looks like, if I counted correctly. 4, 5, 6. I think.
No, I'm going to go ahead and do 76 here and not 67 there. So that was my north.
Okay.
That was my north. And then I've just got to bury 67 somewhere else. I can't do it there because that'll totally cut my thingy off. I've already done my north, so it's got to be somewhere in the south, which means it's got to be one of these 3.
Choose wisely.
I will try to.
Okay.
I will do 67 in North Carolina.
It
Okay.
would appear. Why are you blinking at me? Your battery's fine. Oh, you're out of space. Gosh darn it, I didn't empty the memory on this camera.
Okay, well, empty it real quick.
Ah,
You can put it together later, right?
yeah. Well, we'll just have to go with the... So, this was needless. Why, I spent hours preparing, and then I forgot to clear out my space. Oh, well.
Oh, so that was only for the...
That was only for the audio, so they'll just have to make do with this audio.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Whoops. I have not been reading stuff. Is it okay?
Okay. Alright, so you're done, Honey Pie?
Yeah.
We're almost there. Almost there.
All right. I need something between 14 and 26.
We might get a wild card? No. East Mississippi, East in Northern Carolina, and West for New Mexico, and 39 and 93. Oh my gosh. Oh yes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Bagosh. All right. 39 goes into New Mexico. That could not be more perfect. 93. What am I going to do with 93? That's useless because I'm already ending there. So I just got to bury that. So I've done West, so I got to bury 93 somewhere in the East. Which is interesting. I have no spaces in the East to bury that 93. So I got to just write an X someplace to make up for the number I couldn't do. I guess, which does it matter? Yeah, I'll write the X here in Indiana. All right, there we go. And so, 1, 2, 3, 4 states is what I have. Do you have 4 states left? Or you're still figuring it out?
I'm trying to get places. I've got too many things that are reliant upon stuff. Look at that. That's really, really bad.
It'll be fine, honey.
I've got to put 39 somewhere.
You'll put on a great show for 13 states.
Well, let's see. If I don't end up being able to do this, because I have to put 39 right there, my tour would start here. So that would mean I'd move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Why would your tour start right there? It goes 39 to 40. 26 to 39 to 40.
Oh, I could start at 39, 40, da da da. Oh, that would.
Well, no, you're starting way over here.
I can't. I have to put 39 somewhere. It has to either come over here, which will screw up this.
I would just. I mean, you might never fill this space in. Don't take the chance. Put it in. You're just losing. You're losing 2 points by cutting off Nevada.
I'm also losing this.
Why? 26 to 39 to 40. I don't understand why you're saying that.
Oh, 39.
Alrighty.
Then.
And was it New Mexico? No, you didn't. You went to Arizona.
No.
All right.
Okay,
So lost 2 points, but c'est la vie.
Yep.
All right. So that's it.
You're right. Thank you.
You're welcome, honey pie. Alrighty. 41. Come on, wild cards.
14.
North.
Hooray! Texas.
South.
Texas.
East. All right. So north for North Dakota. South for Texas. East for the mid-coastal region.
14 to Texas. Yeah,
oh my
and
gosh.
I circle it. Woohoo!
Oh dear.
And 41.
Oh dear.
Let's see. So that means actually all
14,
of this is going to work.
41.
40. I don't have anywhere to put
14.
41.
Oh!
Meow.
If this 20 wasn't here, I could... 14 and 41. Dang it. Is 41 of any value to me? No. No. I'd like to change you to a 41. Hi, Daisy. It's all bloating up in my face. I'm a big fat failure.
Are you a fig fat failure?
A big fat failure.
I'm going to put 41 in Illinois.
14 and 41.
Which is all part of being in the north.
That is terrible. I just need one. No, I just 14 and 41. All right, I just got to keep that clear. All right, so I got to put something in Illinois. That's dead to me. So I'll put the in the north. I'll put the it doesn't matter. The 41, and I got to put the 14 now somewhere in the south. I'll put it in
Texas?
No,
Oh.
because I'm running out of time. I'll put it in Texas. That's correct. Okay, so this is it, right? These are the last.
Well, we've got
you,
two
you,
more.
you have two, and I have two. So for this one, it doesn't matter what cards we draw. We can put them anywhere. We just have to follow the numbers. But if we'd still get circled if we put them in the right place. So please, 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 I want to see a 22.
Do you?
Or anything from 20 to 34. That's
I would
all
like
I
to
want.
see something between 79 and 85.
Right. So anyway, so the cards are South Dakota in central, Washington in the west, and Minnesota in the north.
Oh,
Come on.
None of those are south. Oops. I don't-
23,
That was
23, 23. That's 97 and 70. No!
Oh,
That
actually, I
is
can put
absolutely terrible.
that in West Virginia at least.
That doesn't even remotely matter. So I've just lost. It's not that bad. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. 97 and 79.
West
So I think the rest is. Can that
Nope. And
could that 79 work in here? No.
Oh, actually, that does give me one more point because it goes from there to there. Oh no, but it has to go somewhere other.
All right. Yeah. But no. You remember these are the last ones, so you don't have to worry about going west, north, or whatever. Ideally, you still want to put them in the specific states, but you don't have to.
No, not possible.
79, 97. That's it.
not good.
One wild card this whole game. I think this is the first time this has happened. Normally we get like 2 or 3.
I think this was
wild cards.
69. I somehow.
All right.
60 something. We'll call it 69.
So.
It's not doable. Is what it is.
Can't believe that. Oh my gosh, that is pathetic. All right. Well, did I forget anything else? Nope. The rest is fine. So that's it, folks. Should Texas be? All right. So. Somebody said I should circle Texas, but it doesn't matter because I'm not going there anyway. Now.
Yes, you should have. That was
Yeah.
correct.
But it didn't matter because I can't get to it.
Okay.
So, you're not what you've been playing the whole game. If you can find something else, knock yourself out. But I don't think I can do any better. So let's look at it. I'm starting here. Since it's you're supposed to do your states in how many circles. So, but we just count up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27 points. That is pathetic. And yeah, because I mean, I just needed one to connect all of this, and I would have been in the 30s. All right, and how'd you do, honey pie?
So
I believe this will be your 7th win.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
You know what? That's pretty close. Yeah. It's weird. I mean, I think every claim we've had, except for one where I just completely failed to make a connection and I was down in the teens.
We were within a couple points.
Yeah, we've always been in a couple points. It's always been close. Darren comes in at 35, kicks both our butts on his first play, honey.
Well done, Darren.
Well done, Darren. And anybody else who hopefully enjoyed this play along at home. And that is it, folks. That is On Tour, which is on Kickstarter right now. Thanks very much for watching. If you want to hear some final thoughts, you can go on and hit that eye up in the top right corner. What, honey?
Wonders if I can go 79. Oh, no, you can't because 79 doesn't connect to 85.
Yep. The internet was trying to give Jen even more points to beat me by even more. Come on, this is my show. Internet, you're supposed to help me. But that's it, folks. Hit the eye for the final thoughts. Otherwise, have a nice day. Talk to you later. So long.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right. That's it, folks. Hey, that was a live playthrough. Steven, I beat you. Hooray, I beat one person. Oh, and I beat Ting as well. A lowly 15. Yes, Ting. I bet you were just one away from 40 points or something. You people are making me feel good. But why didn't you post your scores when I was talking online? But it's okay. Phew. All righty. That's it. This is a fun game. We really like this a lot. Chad.
My favorite.
Oh, Chad only got, the designer of the game got 25. I beat Chad! I beat the designer in his own game. Suck it, Chad. Whew. All right. And let's see. If I just gotten the one I needed, that would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I would have smoked you. I was just by one. I've been waiting to fill this thing for like half the game. Come on, give me the I need dice. 30. That would have done it. 30, 20 to 30 to 34. Why didn't you roll that? Hand? All right. Okay. Well, so that's it, folks. That is a Rahdo Runs Through. You got to see a little bit of behind the scene. And now, you can go about your daily business or go enjoy the royal wedding and the nuptials or whatever the heck all that is about. Yeah. Good for them. I hope they have a long and happy marriage. But if you have any questions for me and Jen now.
And there's no.
Or about the game, about the show, about the Kickstarter campaign, any questions at all.
You have to connect via the states. You can see there's little routes between the states. So if there's not a direct line, is no can do.
Yeah. Let's see, I'm going to scroll through and see if any questions have come up during. And like last time, we might get out here quick if nobody has any questions for me or Jen.
No, I can feel
or
dogs
the pups
wagging underneath the table, so they wouldn't mind going for a walk, I'm sure.
Let's see.
Woohoo!
Chad asks, is there a star next to my name? No, Chad, it's a wrench. But we established that a long time ago. Why moving from beautiful Malta to rainy England? Well, we are not moving to rainy England. We are just here temporarily. We're instead moving to rainy Pacific Northwest. Probably Washington State or Oregon State, something like that. If you go to faq.rahdo.com and scroll down to number 22, I go into all the details about why we are moving Tropical Penguin. But suffice to say, we were not wanting to leave Malta. We would be very, very happy to continue to be there even now. Let's see. I'm just going to double check to make sure we're still streaming. Everything's fine. There we are. Oh, let's put ourselves back full screen, shall we?
All right.
Boink, boink. There we go. And then you can go back to having that.
Okay.
So, let's see here. Any more questions? Any Fragen from the Leute? Can you pass? No, you cannot. That was a while ago, obviously. I went all the way back to the beginning. Did the game start already? Yes, it did. What states? Most of them. There are 41 states on this board. Are we already playing? Well, we were.
I think if we just go here, I think we.
I know. Maybe a question shall up. I mean, I'll get there in a second. I'm giving them a chance to queue up some questions.
Oh, I see. That's very wise.
Yeah. See, I'm a pro. I'm not good at the game.
I am not a
but
pro.
I do know what I'm doing here. Yeah. You don't want to have them all out of order in cattywampus. That'd be crazy. How long do we play until? Yeah. Okay. I guess as long as do we need a number there? North Carolina. More game-related questions. I'm sure. Say hi. Looks like traveling salesman problem. Alpha Land, yeah. Is it a co-op? No. Man, what would a co-op be here? A co-op version of this would be very, very interesting.
I guess we would just decide together which way the band's going to go.
Yeah, I mean, because it'd be like 2 tours back to back, and there'd have to be some kind of external thing that's pushing us, that's making us put X's on stuff. And, that we'd have to try and say, okay, well, my tour is going to stop in Nevada, honey, and that's where yours is going to start, right? And so that we can have like a double tour back to back. And like, if these had little things down here in the bottom right corner that said, hey, in the co-op, put an X someplace.
Well, what if you got...
Oh my gosh, that'd be so cool.
What if you got all the numbers from 1 to 50 and I got all the numbers from 51 to 99?
Well, no, because it's based on the die rolls.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, wow. That would be very, very cool.
Yeah.
It's not the numbers. It's just one of us always takes the low number, one of us always takes the high number. But I mean, if you were always taking the low numbers, that means you might be... Okay, so what you're saying instead, either way, I think there's something there. That's actually really cool. Well, we have to schedule it. We have to, I think I'm going to end in California. And you're like, well, I was going to begin in Washington. Can we coordinate that? That would be very, very cool. But again, there would have to be something. These cards would have to do something to say, force us to put X's. But yeah, that'd be really cool. I like that. Alrighty. Let's see. See, there were good questions in here. Equal numbers can always be out. Alrighty. And can you perform in 4 shows, 4 different states on the same day? Yes, and we just did. It was a whirlwind tour. All right. And I think I'm out of, so everybody's telling their scores, and I'm sure the questions you said had started to come in. Why can't Jen connect 79 to 85?
I said.
All right. I needed a low 70. We all need a low 70, buddy. All right. Do you prefer the whiteboard or the blackboard? That's a good question. You haven't even seen it, have you? You want to see what the board that they printed out?
Sure.
Let's see here. This thingy makes it hard to use the mouse. Very makes it hard to use the mouse. Hard to use the mouse. It's so hard to use the mouse.
Hi.
All right. Come here, you open. All right, you can stop. We come over here. Here comes the map that they were playing on. I have to admit, I kind of like the clean, simple map, in all honesty.
You mean the white one?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's...
Yeah. I mean, this is great, and obviously, there's no usability issues with this. I mean, the color delineations are very, very clear. I don't know if you'd say they're more clear there, but there is something to be said for that.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
I mean, the pathways are very clear.
The pathways really do pop a lot more without the extemporaneous art. I mean, so if you had to choose, which would you rather play on? I mean, it would be that if the game came with like a whole bunch of just like the way normal roll and writes are. You get the pad of paper and you just write on that. I mean, because I'm sure it'd probably be cheaper to print that en masse because you probably don't need as many colors or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. But this, I like this because the paths show up really well once you've written on the, like the black shows up really well.
Yeah.
So.
Because we're writing with black pins.
Yeah. And I think the colors are very, very.
I mean, these look absolutely gorgeous. Yeah. I really do like them a lot. I think Chad should go for a stretch goal.
To provide both.
Where we have the regular full menu one that's the erasable, but the game also comes with a tinier version that's like the size of this. It's just like a pad of the colorless ones. So you can just or it's a pad that's the same size as the cards. So you could have a portable version where it's the cards plus the pad all together. That's what I think Chad should do. Although Chad shouldn't do that because he's already figured out everything about his project well before he ever went live. So, honey, what was your band's name?
Oh, it was a Stray Cats cover band.
And I was the Beatles, just spelled the wrong way. Because we're terrible.
Bees, like buzz
mine was the Yellow Submarines. How about that? Alrighty. Mine was Eleanor Rigby. There we go. Just so I make everybody cry. Okay. Will you be backing more Kickstarters when you're in the States? It's not necessarily. Oh, yeah, you want to go back to the...
I'm doing it left-handed. There we go.
Yeah. So the thing is, actually, let's go ahead and move this over here a little bit just so I can make sure everything's going okay. Yeah. Okay. Alrighty. We don't buy very many games anymore, if I'm honest. Just the games that are provided to me by publishers, either in prototype form for Kickstarters or just regular ones, we don't have enough time to play all the games we've got. So it's kind of gotten to the point where we almost never buy games. And if a publisher's not going to send me a copy of it for review, well, you know what? There were probably 10 other games that came in that month that were, so there's no time to go back. So, yeah, I don't think that's necessarily going to happen. All right, and the dogs are getting a little frisky, it would appear.
Rambunctious.
All right. Oh, and, oh, dang it, I rotated the thing, so I lost my place. Darn it.
Oh, okay.
That's why I use this, so I don't lose my place, but I lose my place if I rotate it. That's good to know. I didn't know that. All right, so scrolling back to where we were.
Okay, well, I'll just answer Sandra Willard. I actually lived near the Spokane area in my childhood, so I am quite familiar with that. I think Waterfront Park is wonderful. It's just really an asset to the Spokane area.
Okay. I don't know what the question was.
Welcome from Washington State. You should check out the Spokane area. It wasn't a question. I was just mentioning.
Yep, yeah. Jen went to high school in Cheney. Is that right? Yes, Cheney. Yes, of course. So, yeah, Jen knows that area very, very well. Let's see. Can you tell me the difference between being a Patreon watcher and a regular watcher? I recently got a Patreon backer. Oh, well, I mean, I get, well, if you're, strictly speaking, I'm only putting a little bit of stuff behind paywalls that, you know, people, if they literally back the show, if you like the show enough and you want to put a few bucks in every month, you get access to the Rahdo Ramble, which is going to be a new video I put up once a month. I put up one last month. It was just I had lying around. This month, the Rahdo Ramble is going to be, I've been filming it over the last few days, behind the scenes of everything about how we film Rahdo Runs Through. I filmed the setup for this very event and, you know, filmed how, so I talked a lot about that. That's an example of a video that will only be viewable by folks who actually want to back the show. In the future, we might do more live Q&As. I was actually thinking about doing a live Q&A with my mom when we eventually get to the States. So if people want to know about my childhood, not from me, but from an impartial source, although she's kind of partial as well. Or, you know, when we eventually, wherever we land, I'm sure we'll do a tour of, you know, my new digs for how we film and stuff like that.
Yep.
So if, I think that requires $2 a month to be able to watch the rambles. So for $2 a month, you get to see a special video that you couldn't normally see. And if you go up to $5 a month, you get to see early pre-release views of the rundown videos I film, which is a new series I'm doing where I just spend 5 to 10 minutes running down the basics of a game, showing you how it works and all of that. Everybody else gets to see those at the end of the month. People who pay $5 a month get to see them immediately, so you don't have to wait 2, 3, 4 weeks to see them. But otherwise, I mean, whether you back or not, just thanks for watching. Thanks for enjoying the show. Any more details on UK Games Expo, Honey Pie?
Oh, we are going, and I have been working hard.
Yes.
Yep, there's lots of new stuff. In fact, I'll be doing a blog post about it fairly soon.
Okay, yeah, so go to jennifer.net, which is JENEFER.net, and you'll find out more about her plans, my plans. I know I'm doing that thing, for no pun included, on Saturday night at 9 o'clock. In some room or other. I don't remember what the name of it is, but it's apparently a musical game show. I don't know, am I supposed to say what it is? I don't think they've announced exactly what it is. But it sounds very, very cool. I'm going to be involved. I don't know if I'm going to be competing against Tom Vassell, if we're going to be on the same team. I bet you anything they're going to make it Team Dice Tower versus Team Rahdo Runs Through. I bet you anything that's how they're going to set it up. But we'll see what happens. So those are the two things we know of so far. How long were we in Malta, Honey Pie?
6 years.
6 years. Just a little bit longer than that. Is it a lovely cloudy day? It is a lovely cloudy day in Seattle. It's a beautiful sunny day here.
Yep.
Come to Oregon. It's looking more and more like it's going to be somewhere in the Vancouver, Washington area. You know, we've been doing tons and tons of searches and research and all that stuff, and I think it just makes the most sense.
Yep.
I mean, I think we talked about this in the last one. Being near Portland for Jen, because that's where Bullseye Glass is. Being near Portland for my mom, because that's where the OSHU is for her particular type of blood ailment, which I might suffer as well. I don't know. But being on the other side of the river to avoid, you know, income tax from my Patreon page mainly, that is very attractive. Let's see here. Yeah, it is. It's lovely. It's a lovely sunny day here for the royal wedding.
Yep. Beautiful.
Yep. Right. Right, so Honey Pie, this game we just played, it seems, Steven says it looks quite light, with very little information for planning. Rather random. Whether or not you can place things. Does it drive you crazy?
Nope. I love it.
I don't think so. Smart play of this game is all about mitigating that risk. making choices that give you alternate plans. Okay, I know if I can get this thing at the right number in the right state, it's going to be perfect. But you know what? This other number that I don't even care about, if I put it over here, it gives me an alternate plan. You saw me do a little bit of that. Originally, I had a very different plan for coming over here. And until I got squeezed right to the corner, I had a couple of different ways I could go down there. It's all about, obviously there's going to be luck to this game. There's dice rolling. There's no two ways about it. But the strategic planning is more important than the luck, I think. Which is why it's absolutely fantastic. Spoiler alert, I'm doing a top 10 roll-in rights. This makes my top 10. I haven't figured out where it sits. What do you think of it, Honey Pie? You like the game?
Love it.
Yeah, alrighty.
Love it, love it, love it.
Alrighty. Does this beat Avenue? Avenue is the other one we did live. It's the one where you have the little map and you're trying to connect all the fruits to the different castles.
Oh, right.
And the trick with that one is that, you draw a card, it says you have to draw a straight line or a curve or whatever, and you're trying to make all the roads.
Yep.
But there's that escalating thing that, every time you make a connection, you score points, and okay, now I have to score higher,
Yep.
or it all busts and I got to start down at the bottom, which is absolutely brilliant.
Yep.
I mean, I really like that a lot too.
Yeah.
And this doesn't have anything quite like that. It kind of does what I was just talking about before. This, I think, has more flexibility. This is more wide open. You'll have to find out when I do my top 10, because both those games will make it onto that top 10 list. Alrighty. How are the dogs doing?
They're okay.
Yeah. With the transitioning. Yeah, they didn't have a problem. I mean...
Oh, no, they're happy.
The flight...
Oh, actually, we're feeding them some awesome food here.
Oh, yeah.
Raw...
Oh, Daisy, come here.
Oh, that's nice, Honey Pie.
There we go, Daisy.
Oh, lovely.
Daisy, we're talking about you.
Called, it's from Bella and Duke, and it's really reasonably priced. They are thriving on it, and I'm loving it.
Yep, they are not a show sponsor. That is just an honest-to-gosh opinion.
Well, we said if we lived in England, it would be a lot easier to feed raw, wouldn't it?
Yeah, totally.
So, and it is. It's been fantastic.
Okay. Hello from Washington State. All right. Oh, it's the Spokane thing. Yep. Whiteboard is a bit annoying with the names in the states. Gen 1 now is... you said... excuse me, Daisy. Pardon me. You're not a very good microphone.
She does,
You said sometime that you feed the dog chicken necks in Malta. Found anything good in England, or just dry dog food? There you go.
Yep.
Yeah. What was it called again? Bella and Dukes?
Bella and Duke.
Yeah, Bella and Duke. I mean, it's a line called, what's it called? Raw? Wrap?
Barf.
Barf. What's it stand for? It's a movement in dog food.
Bones and raw food.
Bones and raw food that basically feed your dogs what they would have been eating when they were still wolves, what their bodies were evolutionarily geared towards. They did not, in the wild, eat lots of sawdust and whatever else you find, or corn or anything like that. They were scavengers, but they get most of their what makes them healthy while eating all the offal, the hearts and the livers and the muscle and all that,
and the bones.
Yeah. So, treat them like their wolfy ancestors, and they'll live forever. Won't you, Daisy?
Hopefully.
Okay. Yes. Hi, Daisy.
Alrighty.
Honey Pie, are you moving all of your glass-making supplies to America?
I have moved all of my lamp working supplies. They're actually on a boat somewhere between here and the U.S. at the moment. So my whole lamp working studio is packed up. But I am not moving all my kiln forming stuff because we do intend to come back here. And I have literally tons of glass. Tons of glass. And I will also be right near the mothership. So if I need glass when we're in the States, it's a half an hour away. I can just go get some. So, no, I'm not going to.
Okay. Me. Am I happy with Patreon? Yeah. Actually, I think I am for the most part. I have to admit, it's doing better than I thought it would. I thought there'd be a steeper drop-off from what I normally make. Obviously, the last 2 years on Kickstarter, we hit a certain target. Right now, we're still well below that target, but which is one of the reasons I've had to turn ads on YouTube to kind of supplement that and try and get us back to where we were. And but still, we're doing fairly well. And I think, and it's nice. Every year after the Kickstarter campaign is over, literally 2 days later, 20 people come out of the woodwork saying, "Oh, I just missed it! When can I do again?" Well, now you can do it anytime you want. You can just jump right on. My biggest complaint is the fact that they charge EU people VAT, which Kickstarter doesn't do. What do you call it? I can't think of the word. Indiegogo doesn't do, Podpledge doesn't do, only Patreon does. And that's a real problem for people who don't want to have to pay VAT because, the value-added tax, they're not getting any kind of physical, tangible good. They're just having to pay tax on watching my videos. And I totally understand why that's just such an incredible turnoff. I hate it. So I did my little trick with the PayPal pool. For a month, people could bid for a whole year and avoid all that. But I just can't keep that up because that's a lot of work to maintain a whole separate database of people. So I had to stop. In a perfect world, Patreon would just get rid of that. And if they're not going to get rid of that, they would let me say, hey, let me just collect my money however I want, and then let me add people to whatever backing level I want. And if Patreon needs their cash, I will actually, Patreon takes 5% and the bank takes 5% off the total that you see, give or take, depending. And if they just let me add somebody who wanted to give me money directly and I add it, okay, then charge me that 5%. And I won't get charged the VAT. Although it's interesting, I just found this out today. Because I was backing somebody else. I'm like, I don't want to have to pay VAT either. Here's the thing.
Nobody wants
Patreon's not paying attention at all to your PayPal account or anything like that. They're just doing an IP check. And if they see your IP is in Europe, they'll charge you the VAT for whatever's appropriate. Oh. So I just turned on my VPN and told Patreon I was in America, and then suddenly they didn't charge me VAT. Just like that. And it's like, So that's dumb. And I just wish it wasn't there. It's a real turnoff for a lot of people. And I totally understand why. So other than that, I'm pretty happy with it, I think. Oh, one thing that their tech support has been amazing. I've had a lot of questions. Hey, how do I do this? And they respond like within 12 hours every time. I've never had that good support from Kickstarter or the brief time I did Indiegogo. They're really friendly. They're very responsive. So on the whole, if it weren't for that VAT thing, I'd say they're fantastic. Alrighty. What do you think of the possible sale of Asmodee? Fine. So they're already a big gigantic corporation that controls half of the board game industry. Now some other big gigantic corporation controls half the industry. You know what? As long as Kickstarter exists, guys and girls like Chad can still produce fantastic, fun games. Who cares? If it becomes a problem, if they try and monopolize, the onus is on us to revolt and go find other games elsewhere. So I'm not really bothered. All right, Eurozone has a history of pump and dump. Not surprised they're trying to shed Asmodee. Yeah. You don't know any of that is, but alrighty. Alright. What's a good idea for my mom? Oh, I'm sure that must mean the doing a Q&A with her. Yeah. Shattuck is happy we're thinking about the Portland area. Since you do not have to run collecting games like an Essen, all right, how will you spend most of your time at UK Games Expo? I don't know. I have no idea. Well, I definitely plan on filming a run-through of it, like I've done in the past for MeepleCon and Gen Con and stuff like that. Well, yes, Jen had something in mind.
He's
yes.
in charge of the dogs.
Yeah. Because we are, the dogs are just going to be staying out in the van. And so I'm probably going to be going out every couple of hours just to check on them and make sure they're okay.
Every hour on the hour.
Every hour on the hour is apparently what I'm going to be doing. So that's going to take a lot of time.
Yeah.
So that I'm probably just going to be spending a lot of time walking back and forth because my understanding is the parking is a long, long ways away. So I was unaware of this, but I'm probably going to be spending 20 minutes out of every 60 minutes walking to or from a parking lot is now the plan.
I don't think it's that far away.
It's really far, Honey Pie, depending on where we get parked. I've always heard throughout the years that there's plenty of parking, but it's a long, long walk.
Oh.
So
we have a camper vanny type thing where the lid lifts up, so it might be okay, but nonetheless, he will be checking on the dogs regularly.
Yeah. I thought we were just going to put him in that daycare place that was nearby. I mean, you figured out what the path was from the Airbnb to the...
Well, it's possible. There's a kennel nearby that we can put him in, but then we have to get kennel cough and all sorts of stuff. And
right.
Last time we were looking at boarding Dobby and Tula, and we got them kennel cough, and actually something happened with Dobby, and she got really, really, really sick, and actually lost her voice and never recovered it.
Yeah.
And she was sick for a couple of months.
Yeah.
Remember when she was hacking, and I actually was afraid she was going to stop breathing. So I really don't want to do the kennel cough vaccination. So if he can go out and check him once an hour, make sure everything's okay.
Something. We'll figure something out. But no, you're right. I totally forgot about the kennel cough thing. So I'm sure we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
Or maybe we can pay extra and park under the hotel or something like that.
Yep.
Well, apparently she wants to be in your lap now.
Well, who can blame her?
Alrighty.
My lap's best.
You're right.
Yeah.
How do you get t-shirts like the one you're wearing? So these t-shirts were done by a young couple who contacted me out of the blue and said, hey, we're wanting to start our own line of t-shirts. Can we use the Rahdo logo? And I said, sure. Just whatever, take a portion of your profits and send them to this charity that Jen likes for dogs. And they said, sure, we'll do it. And so that started happening. And I don't know, about 6 months ago, they disappeared.
Really?
I contacted them. You can still go to their Facebook page, which was their shop, and you can still see. I think their last post was, we'll be back soon, and I haven't heard from them since. I contacted them once, and they said, yeah, some stuff has come up. So I think they plan to continue, but I have no idea what. How can you find it? Do a search for, I did a video on them. Just do a search for Rahdo t-shirt in YouTube. Because I did a video of them, and I think in the show notes for that there'll be a link which will let you find Batchit. B-A-T-C-H-I-T. Get it? Clever. Batchit. Go on Facebook, search for Batchit. That's where they are. You can contact them and ask. I mean, we were really happy that some of the profits were going to
Rescue a Sicilian Stray.
Rescue a Sicilian Stray. So hopefully they'll come back.
Which is very
because these are nice shirts. We really like them.
Oh, yeah.
They sent us one of every one so I could do the video, and maybe we have the last ones now. I don't know. Wow.
They're really nice to sleep in, too.
Yeah.
Nice and soft.
Righty. Do you not have problems with the volcano? We had to stand to see the pictures. Really?
Yeah.
I haven't. I did a run-through of the final version, and I thought it was low enough to where I didn't have a problem seeing it. But that's unfortunate if you do. But that was certainly not my case. I am tall, though. You have almost the same number of backers as Heavy Cardboard, but not the same level of income. Why do you think that is? I know why that is. Because I'm not as ballsy as Ed when it boils right down to it. I mean, the minimum, you can't bid less than $2. And, I bet, they want you to immediately jump to $5. So they have some people going at 2. Oh, the dogs are getting some treats. Some people at 2, and then most of their people are at 5. Me, like a chump, I did, here's something at $1 a month, here's something at $2 a month, here's something at $3 a month, and then here's something at $5 a month and stuff like that. If I had probably done the same thing as him, obviously I'd get fewer people, because not as many people would want to jump, but for the people who were willing, they would just make the bigger jump. And I would probably be higher up. Although, to be fair, my numbers are a bit misleading because if you go to paypal.rahdo.com, you'll see I was running that alternate pool, which is closed now. But still, even with that extra income off the side, if you add that to what I'm making, they're still doing much better. And I think it's just because they set higher prices. I could have done it. Honestly, I just wasn't comfortable doing it. I mean, when I said he's ballsy, I mean that in a good way. He is an amazing self-promoter. He knows what his value is, and he's willing to come right out there and say, gosh darn it, my show is worth this. You disagree? Well, hit the bricks, pal. But I don't know. I probably should, but yeah, it's weird. I mean, I've got like 2 or 3 times the viewership as them. It's only a very, very small percentage of the close to about 100,000 people across all platforms that subscribe to me, and everybody knows I'm doing this because I put a little note on every single video I do, and I can't complain, is what I'm saying. But I think that's why they are doing so much better, just because they're ballsy in the best way. Have you ever played a card game, Time Masters? You should. It's a must. Fantastic game. I have not. If you go to request.rahdo.com, you can put it on the request list. Let's see. How will you handle your visit to Essen Spiel this year? No auction, no buying loads of games, no selling for Jen. Well, it's a question of whether we're doing it at all.
Yeah.
The only reason, we might do it because we will have the one-way ticket.
Yeah, it was cheaper to buy a ticket round trip to get to Seattle.
Yep.
Than
absolutely insane.
To just buy a ticket to get to Seattle. So we do have a ticket back around Essen time, and we might do Essen, depending on how we've settled in and how we're feeling with his mom and stuff. So maybe. And if we do, I guess we'll be shipping some games back
Well, no, I mean,
on the
what
plane
would
like
you do? Would you
normal
actually
people.
try and sell glass at Essen? That means you'd have to carry it all the way from America.
Yeah, but
And
actually,
then carry it back, what you don't sell.
the thing is, all of my glass fits in a roll-on bag.
Ah, yeah,
because
sure.
it's pretty small.
Yep.
So that's actually not a problem for me.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't know, but we'll let you know as we get closer if we're going to do it.
All right.
Thanks for asking.
And for me, yeah, I don't know. I don't really feel like I have a reason to go. I've covered it several times. I mean, the only reason to fly all the way over there would be to film the press room when it falls right down to it, and to hang out with Karthik and Shrima for a few days. I mean, that'd be the main reason I'd want to do it, quite frankly. And to meet Leva and many friends that we have met over the years, both in the industry and fans of the show. So that would be nice. That's a long way to go. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Honey Pie, Nella loves your hair.
Oh, thank you.
That was not a question, but I happen to notice it.
Oh, that's nice. Thank you.
How do you compare this to Avenue and Kokoro? Kokoro is the one where you build the tree, you know, the little branches that...
Oh, yeah.
Those are all three good games. Natalie.
Mm-hmm.
Kokoro is nice, but I would put
that
it below
house.
both of them. What?
Remember the house that had the, like the stone and the Old English and the wood? Remember that house building game? And it had components, either you had the Old English kind of house, or you had a stone castle-y thing and it had dragons.
Yeah.
Is it similar? Or you had the wood. And remember, you could have towers and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah. Oh, you're talking about that tile laying castle building game.
Yeah, I mean, that
Caladale, I think.
that reminds
Castle of Caladale, yeah.
me of the tree building game.
Yeah.
More
Okay.
so than Avenue.
Yeah, I would say that's a fair point. I mean, yeah, this and Avenue, I think you can draw fair comparisons. Kodama Tree Spirits, I mean, it's nice too. They're all kind of similar weight, similar tension. But and actually, Kodama got a lot better with the duo rules that just came out. Actually, that improved it a lot. If you're gonna put me on the spot, but actually I can't because I haven't played the new Kodama version of Avenue. This and Avenue are really, really close. And Kodama would be number 3, I would say. All right. Tax evasion. Hashtag tax evasion. Yep, you're speaking Jen's language.
Tax avoidance.
Yes, fair enough. Very
Tax
important.
avoidance is perfectly legal.
Very important
That's just
distinction.
being smart.
Yep. All right, Honey Pie, what do you think of Sylvester Stallone?
Oh, I think he is amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, I loved him in Cliffhanger.
Yes. Natalie asked, how do you like Stallone, specifically Rambo and Rocky?
Oh.
I can't imagine you've even ever seen a Rambo film.
I've only, I think, just seen the posters.
And you've probably never even seen a Rocky film.
No, I think I have. I
All
think I saw the first one.
All right. Yeah, I mean, actually, for both me and Jen, our absolute favorite Sylvester Stallone, the high point of his career was totally Cliffhanger. We loved that movie.
That was amazing. That makes my palms sweat just thinking about it.
Walker, you resilient bastard! John Lithgow for the win every time.
Well, how could he be out there on that?
Because he's Sylvester Stallone.
Glacier? He's got
Look at
no gloves. He's got no
Look at
hat. He's like out there in a
Yeah.
t-shirt. Crazy.
Hold
but-
on!
Yeah.
Hold on!
He was
Don't let
amazing.
go!
I know.
Please!
Oh gosh.
Oh.
Sweaty palms.
Yeah,
Sweaty
that
palms.
opening scene. And then also, what was it? Demolition Man.
Was that the one where he was
With the 3 shells.
Oh, the 3 shells.
Yeah.
She
You
doesn't
don't
know. how to
know!
use the shells.
Yeah.
Yep.
What were you about to say?
Oh, the shells.
Yeah. Those are his 2 high points for us. Alrighty.
Oh my goodness. Here's Daisy.
Sound sometimes disappearing? Oh, I'm sorry about that. Let's see. Have you complained recently? I haven't been looking. No, it says sound shouldn't have dropped out for the last hour and a half. Sorry if it might be something on your end there, buddy. I've totally forgotten whose name it was who said that their sound was dropping out. Right. What changed to Jen? What changed to your Etsy if we want to buy from the EU? Shipping changes?
Ah.
I assume they're talking about the GDPR.
No, I think what you're saying is because we're not going to be in the European Union anymore.
Oh gosh, yes. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
So the problem is, it's actually $14 to send anything from the United States
That's
not
bigger than a toothpick.
that's not flat.
Yeah.
So I am going to be thinking about how I can make flatter markers similar to the Scullies and which I think I can package flatter. It has to get under everything with the packaging under 3/4 of an inch. And we'll just see if I can come up with something that will work with that.
Yeah, because your main lines, your dragons, your pawns,
any of the round pawns,
your viruses.
Yep.
Yeah, they're all too thick, and suddenly they go from what 89 cents to $14. I mean, how much did those things cost to ship from Malta?
From Malta, I don't know. Malta was in some sort of a time warp space.
Yeah, where you were paying postage rates from the 50s.
Yeah, it was
to ship something anywhere you wanted in the world.
Yeah.
It was perfect for Jen.
I mean, it was something. It was always less.
Yeah, because you just simply did not charge people shipping, right?
Well, it was just a flat $3.
Yeah.
Which covered my envelopes and my postage and my everything. So unfortunately, it's going from $3 to $14, which is insane.
Yeah, I know.
For anything outside the U.S. I mean, even to Canada.
And it's not just you. I mean, this is hitting. This is pretty much hitting all Etsy
and
makers.
It's not like there's any other provider. There's not. There's just the U.S. Postal Service.
Yeah.
So, I will, like I said, I'm going to try and develop but the flat things like meeple jewelry, that should still be able to go because it's less than 3/4 of an inch thick. So hopefully.
Your little
the
water
meeple.
jet meeples.
Yeah. Well, no, like the jewelry.
Oh, okay, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Although the water jet meeples might work too. Anyway, I will be looking into that. I'm gonna do a bunch of research. Maybe I can get a UPS account or something like that. But I've looked at things already, and it just seems like it's crazy expensive.
Yeah. It's a
And I
bad
can send up to half a pound for $14, but these things weigh nothing.
I know. It's ridiculous.
It might be that we pool orders or something. I don't know. So unfortunately, that's just really not good. But I can't control.
You can pass that
cost
along to the customer, but that's ridiculous. That's half the cost. That's over half the cost of the thing.
Yeah.
That's not. Yeah, it's insane.
It's very sad.
It just came out of the blue, and it's destroying
they just decided,
Etsy.
Like in March, that they were just going to raise prices.
Yeah.
And
after we decided to move back, of course.
Wow.
Of course.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't great. I think it was like 8 or 9 before, but then they bumped it up.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'll see what I can do. And maybe we just have to make one annual trip over to the EU, and maybe it's every year for Essen, and I just collect orders and
maybe
bring them or deliver them at Essen. So
any thoughts about doing a Discord Slack chat? It's something I need to look into. I'm not opposed to it. I just don't understand what it is. I've now backed plenty of other people on Patreon, so I think I have access to some of theirs, so I can go and see what it is, because I just fundamentally don't understand it. But I'm not adverse to it. I just need to spend the time, and we haven't had much time with all the moving and all that.
Something new every day to think about and make a decision on.
Where are we with Gloomhaven? Have we finished? Nope.
I don't know if we're ever going to finish.
No, huh? Well, no, I mean, there is an ending.
Is there?
Yeah, of course.
You mean if we run out of...
We've gone about through, I think, roughly about 2/3 of the main quest storyline.
Oh.
So, I mean, if we could probably spend a solid month and get it finished. But no, we haven't. And we haven't played it for almost a year now. We were playing it like crazy this time last year. But
Isaac
then Jen went... Yeah, and actually Isaac visited. And we played with him, the designer. And then Jen went back to the States, she came to England for a while. When we came back, we went right into Essen, and then it's just been too crazy to play. We have not played it since, and it's a real shame.
Since summertime, which actually, this is May. It's almost been a year.
I know, which is really sad. We definitely want to get back to it. It's still my absolute favorite game to be playing right now, so I want to. But we could play it if we wanted to, because it's in the middle of the Atlantic as we speak.
Yeah, we thought about bringing it here, but it was such a heavy, huge game.
Yeah.
And it would,
Okay. Castle of Caldale. Yep. Let's see. Yeah, Natalie, I have not played Kuroko Avenue of the Kodama. I'm sure it's cooler. Basically, did they send me that? I don't even remember now. I remember looking at it and thinking, oh, this is all really cool. Yeah, because they had new objectives. I do want to get a copy of that, and I hope to get one when I get to the States, so I can play it more. Anyone have info about how many board and card games are being made per year? Not the USA. Yeah, that's easy, Alex. Basically, just go to Board Game Geek, go to search, up at the top, advanced search, and you'll get an advanced thing. Just type in 2017 to 2017, turn off expansions, and it will tell you how many games were released commercially in 2017.
That's cool.
I think I looked not too long ago, and it was something like 3,700 or 3,800. Something like that.
God. You better find a niche, or else you can't possibly.
Also, Do board and card games have good future, or kids only turning to video games and they don't care? I think board and card games are here to stay. It's going to be something that catches on more and more and more.
Yep.
What is your favorite color?
Purple.
Green. And that is both true for games and real life, normal life. Did you ever finish your game of Charterstone with the other couple? No. But that is actually part of our UK Games Expo plans. They live further north than Manchester. Is it Manchester? Birmingham. I'll never get Manchester and Birmingham straight for some reason. So we're actually leaving a couple days early and driving up to their place, spending the night, and finishing Charterstone once and for all. Twice and for all. And then driving back down to the UK Games Expo. Very excited about that. Let's see. What modern trends in gaming do you think would have been most beneficial in games like Siphon Filter? Do you wish you had known in retrospect? For me, probably the thing I look back with most regret is control schemes. Siphon Filters, the original Siphon Filter 1, 2, and 3, our control scheme was nowhere near as good as it should have been. And I definitely could have done a much better job. Good question. That Jen doesn't care about at all. I would totally, and that's forgetting about analog sticks. I would have totally did the control scheme and the interface. Oh my God, so stupid. I was ahead of my time. Call of Duty hadn't come out. Rainbow Six hadn't come out. I had this. Why did I put the how likely I am to hit somebody in a little tiny meter up in the top of the screen? Why didn't I put it on the reticle? That was so dumb. Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed by that. So just little things like that. Alrighty, where are you guys now? Back in the States? Where? And if so, why? Go to faq.rahdo.com and look at number 22. All will be revealed to you, Tommy. Picked up this war of mine recently. Nervous to play it. Is it as heart-wrenching as it seems? Honey, were you heart-wrenched by this war of mine?
I even know what it is, so yes, I remember.
She remembers.
Yeah, it's definitely heart-wrenching.
But that's the amazing thing. You have not always been keen. You played Village because you don't want to have your heart broken for the little meeples dying. But you played that. And you were like, yeah, I'll keep playing this.
It is a very good game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Are you enjoying the sunny English weather?
Yes, we are.
Will you be selling any of the games from the loft in your house at UK Game Time? Yes. I haven't figured out exactly. If you go to forsale.rahdo.com, the number 4, SALE.rahdo.com, that's always an updated list of all the games I'm thinking about selling. And some of them. I probably should do all of them, but no, I got to keep some of them.
There's a couple of them we've...
Yeah. We hadn't played Royal Palace in years, and we got that out the other day. It was like, oh my God, this is so good! Why did we not take this with us to Malta?
Would you tell them who won?
Who won? You? Oh, I won. Yeah.
No, he won.
Yeah, I won. I'm very good at Royal Palace. Go figure.
Didn't we play it a couple times and you won both times?
Yep.
Yeah, so there, see?
Yeah.
Wins.
So Royal Palace, I'm probably keeping Raw. On the fence about Nuremberg. Not sure about Constantinopolis. Wyatt Earp definitely going. Attica definitely going. But anyway, go to forsale.rahdo.com and I update that fairly regularly. Let's see here. And what language did you guys speak? English? Und English.
Yes.
We both took German in high school and college.
Yeah.
We can both probably speak it at the level of a 2-year-old. Or that's probably being generous. Maybe a 1.5-year-old, and that's it.
We can ask where the toilet is.
We're Americans. We Americans, native-born Americans, you speak English and you speak English. That's it. And hey, honey, we're caught up, I think. Yes.
Well, that's good because I hear...
Is Jen seeking glass at UK Games Expo? Seeking glass? Apparently there's glass at UK Games Expo beside you. Selling, yes. Jen will be. She'll be doing an update soon. How well does Jen know about TV game designers? When you play a new game, is it like... do you pay attention to designers at all, Honey Pie?
Very rarely.
Yep.
There's a couple we always like their work.
Yeah.
But...
all right, we've caught up. And the dogs are going crazy.
Yep, there's some frapping and growling going on down there.
So I think they are ready to go. Which means, folks, if they're ready to go, we're ready to go.
Yes.
So, let's see here. Where do I find the big blue button? There are so many windows now. Okay, folks. We are going to hit the big red button and stop streaming now.
Yes.
And...
it was nice playing with y'all. Hope you had a good time. And...
yes.
What?
Yes.
Yes.
Thanks for playing.
Yes.
And we'll probably next time we do a live thing will be in America. in our final destination, wherever they'll be. So probably a few months from now, maybe August time would be my guess.
Yeah, we've
Maybe
got
we'll
a
do something.
lot of moving and packing and moving to do.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a live thing for Gen Can't or something like that. But otherwise, thanks for watching. Have a very, very nice day. Talk to you later. So long.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.